All right. Sorry, it took me a couple of minutes to get organized here. Let's go ahead and switch over. And there we go. That looks right. Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Philip, what's going on? Yes, absolutely. You did make it. Glad you were able to jump on. So I wanted to take some time this afternoon to find out what Larian is doing. I got to be honest, all of this is probably going to be a complete surprise for me. I have not only have I not been making content for Baldur's Gate 3, I haven't even been really following what they've been doing at all. I've basically been completely out of the loop. I did play the early release when it first came out, and I thought it was a good game, but I didn't really feel like it was enough like Baldur's Gate for me. So I'm I didn't treat it the way I treated Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, where I was playing the beta version of it over and over and over again and doing all the coverage I could for it. I basically decided to just play it once. It was like, you know what, I'll circle back at a later date. But at this point, it seems like every channel on the planet is making coverage for this freaking game. So I might have to go ahead and bite the bullet and start doing things with it and covering it after they release this update. I don't know. I mean, I'm juggling a lot at this point. I'm playing Pillars of Eternity when I'm live streaming. I'm doing all that content for Pathfinder, going through the Azada playthrough right now, and I'm making my way through Baldur's Gate. So I'm doing content for that game as well. So I really don't feel like I have room on my plate to add another game, but Baldur's Gate 3 is kind of becoming something that you can't ignore. And I am really interested to find out what Larian is going to do this time. I already I meant to jump on earlier. I would have taken bets with the community to see if we believe Wolfhard is going to be at the studio again. I can easily see him showing up as a bard. Yeah, it will be very different than other Baldur's Gate games. I have accepted that it's best to just see it on its own game, in my opinion. And I don't mind that the Baldur's Gate logo is in the hands. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm pretty much in the same boat. I've come to just accept this is going to be its own animal. And that's okay. Like the Baldur's Gate games, we had two of them. They stand on their own. It wasn't really necessary for them to try to do the same thing all over again. So this is going to be a completely different experience, and I'm looking forward to what Larian does. They're a name brand that I've definitely come to trust. I had an amazing time with Divinity Original Sin 2. That's definitely a game that I'm looking forward to playing on the channel. And I feel pretty confident, honestly, that they're about to make another game that's going to be a classic, at least on some level, and that a lot of people are going to enjoy it. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to. They haven't let me down to date. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wasn't a huge fan of the first Divinity Original Sin. It was cool. The only reason I really got into it was because it was co-op, so I could play it with my wife. So my wife and I used to sit around and play it, and she's actually not that good at video games, but it was set up in a way where it was easy for me to basically do the brunt of the work and her still be able to travel around with me and us have fun together. So I actually really enjoyed the experience. But the sequel, obviously, it's one of the greatest RPGs of all time. Just straight up, one of the greatest RPGs of all time. An amazing achievement. And so I think they deserve all the hype that they're experiencing right now about what they're going to do with Baldur's Gate. Mm-hmm. Right there with you, Agnostic. Right there with you. Here we go. Pollux, Anabana. Oh, are these the developers? The people who are going to be involved in the conference today? Like that one. The old hag. Man, It is
Hello,
all.
and welcome one and all to the very first annual Forgotten Idol. I am Volo Themkedam, and I will be your humble host and commentator, guiding you musically through the Forgotten Realms in search of the performer most worthy of the title of Bard. Tonight, we bring you a veritable feast for the senses. A night of music, magic, and mystique. Where you, yes, you, have the power to decide who will be named winner of Forgotten Idol. Featuring Neil the Elven Troubadour, Zilba Whistelpocket and his most cursed saxophone, Borislav Popislavov of Waterdip, and many more. With that, let Forgotten Idol begin!
Wow. Man, they put a lot of effort into these. I'm actually always impressed by how entertaining they are, regardless of what it is they have to announce. Oh boy, this is going to be good. They know their audience very well. Very, very, very well. And they're not afraid to be goofy sometimes and make jokes. It's awesome.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
Is Hunter a real band? I know who they are?
When you go the last light down.
Larian, what's going on? How are you?
All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friends.
This is awesome. I don't even really like bar classes. I'm never interested in them, but I still find this whole presentation thoroughly entertaining. I love watching someone who really knows how to play the guitar. It's man, especially if you try to play it before, you know how much effort it really takes to master that instrument. To see someone who seems like he's able to do it effortlessly, such a joy for me, such a joy. Whoa, did my camera freeze? Hold on, let me do it again. 1 second. Is the camera working properly now? That's weird. Why did it freeze up? I played for 3 hours yesterday and it never froze. I don't think I ever had to restart it. Hopefully it should be working now, though. Right, yeah, it was frozen, but is it up now? There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I think what I need to do is turn it off and then turn it back on right before every stream. Because for some reason, if it's already been on for a while, it doesn't work properly. Lennon, what's going on?
This is embalming.
Yeah, I didn't expect it either, Keon, but I'll take it.
My name is Neil the Troubadour, and I'm going to sing you a sonnet about true love. I don't know. Get it. True love.
Wow.
Is he still alive? I hope he's not. Number one, this is not trash. thrash. This is heavy metal.
Wow. Never underestimate what Larian will do. Mending a tear in the weave. Sam Raimi would be proud. I agree, Mr. Lou. I absolutely agree. That's Bard for you. Absolutely. Lahel, what's going on? How are you? Doom, doom, doom. Come on. Man. No matter what track they play, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the music. If nothing else, the music in this game is going to be epic. Which I guess, now that I think about it, maybe I should be more excited for Bard. Because if they do some unique things musically with the Bard class that you're able to do in the game, that actually might make me want to go ahead and play one. Usually I have no interest in playing a Bard. It's just not, it's not my thing.
We need a commercial. We need a commercial right now.
What commercial do you want?
I don't care, but we need to waste more time, so just find something. Get Farhan.
Who the hell is Farhang?
Are you a loved one suffering from the effects of an illicit tadpole? You might be entitled to financial compensation. Hi, I'm
No, that's not Farhan.
Attorney at law. If you
Yeah, and I think the designers at Dungeons and Dragons from
Still not Farhan.
the conception of 5th edition in 2040.
I'm feeling all right. I got no complaints at all. How are you doing? Fine, aside from the fact that I slept 4 hours because of my throat problems. Yeah, you definitely need to go to a doctor about that. Got to talk to a doctor.
So here we are on a boat on the North Sea. Why are we on a boat? I don't know why we're on a boat, but we're on a boat. Anyway, back to the merch. Here we are. We have beautiful t-shirts in the store. Look at this stuff. It's beautiful. It's really firm. No, it's flexible. It smells really good.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job of making Barbarian interesting.
It's nice. It's sturdy.
100% agree.
Nice night of clubbing. Come over here. What do we have? We have dice. What are dice? Weighted dice. They're not weighted dice. You can't sell weighted dice.
I should buy myself a set of
They're
weighted
nice
dice. I don't have any.
Strictly original sin. We have the game. Who would have thought, right? CRPG on a handheld console.
Oh, is this about the board game? I know they've been taking a bunch of flack on that on that board game.
We have the vinyl here. Beautiful vinyl. Look at this art. It's amazing. In fact, our coffee machine at work has this on its loading screen. Look at this beautiful quality. And then we have this amazing vinyl. Do you see the coloration? Amazing. All right. What else do we have? We have another t-shirt. We have a beautiful t-shirt. It's obviously
To
some
distract
kind of
you
fit.
from the board
Wow,
game
look
that
at
isn't
this.
available yet.
Smooth. Who does this? Anyway, what else do we have? We have our graphic novel. It's the collector's edition. This
Nope,
one's actually
I had to
sold
make
out right
runs
now,
and
but
do a
we
bunch
have
of other
the
things,
limited
Lyndon. I barely got here in time.
Our deepest condolences to friends and family of Elven Troubadour Neil. I would like to take this moment to remind our audience that Larian Studios is in no way legally culpable for any bodily mutilations or deaths that may occur during this broadcast. I suppose that can only mean one thing. Let the voting begin! Who will be the Forgotten Realms' top bard? Will it be Neil, the Elven Troubadour? Or Hunter?
Wow. Oh, it's from the original Divinity game? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like regardless of which one you do, the original Divinity, original Sin 2, the music's just great. It's just absolutely fantastic. Definitely a fan. Ooh, I'd love to be able to go through an RPG as a ninja. Absolutely. But can ninjas be tanks in the game? Because I seem to remember you saying that my first run I should do it probably as a tank. And yeah, what's going on? Divine Divinity was a hell of a game. Everything Larian has done has been pretty high quality. I can't remember playing anything of theirs and was like, all right, they really phoned it in on this one.
Idol, where you decide this year's top bard. And dearest viewers, the votes are now in. An unexpected result. I suppose you could call Neil's act performance art. In any case, it seems to have resonated with our audience. I'm quite sure he would be proud. What an evening. What a result. Congratulations and commiserations to Neil and to all the other performers tonight.
Branislav, good to see you. How are you?
Result. Congratulations and
As
commiserations.
a Paladin Monk fan,
to
I'm going to
Neil
be sad this
and to
whole
all the other
stream.
performers tonight.
Not necessarily, Ankro. You might still enjoy it. It's Larian. Come on now. Whoa! Ooh. Interesting.
This might be the wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired.
Buff party members.
Thinking of writing my next song about you.
Listen, you. Back to the anus that smash you out.
Away, you pox nun.
Man, they're actually making it look a lot more enticing. Now playable bards and gnomes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Panel from Hell number 6,
the
in which we
Dragon
celebrate
Commander.
the release
I never played that,
of
Florian.
patch 8. Obviously, today is the day that we are going to be releasing the Bard class. It's going to show up on Steam any minute now.
Sure, send it to me,
You will
Lena.
be able to try everything that we're about to show you for yourselves. I'm joined by David. David. I'm joined by
Yeah, I'm not sure,
Nick,
Daniel. I'm not
our
sure
lead
which
systems
power it is they
designer,
use.
Inna, our technical writer, myself, and David. And David.
Don't go in
our
without your
head
mic,
of
bro.
Production, who is a very sad person right now, for he has lost the first forgotten idol of the Forgotten Realms. David, why don't you just come have a seat here? We'll chat. We can talk about this. I'm sure it will be fine. All right. So obviously we didn't rehearse for this because we did expect you to win. So many dead guys. I mean, Forgotten Idol, the first show in which dead people can win.
Yeah, what can I say? There was a stiff competition.
It was mind blowing. I thought it was really good. I thought you did really, really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I also thought that
He didn't
we
even
were really
sing.
good. No,
Yeah, he didn't even sing.
didn't get to it.
Yeah, look, he broke our television, so we can't see the game anymore. So that's a broken television. Your band Hunter,
Yeah,
it's very good.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I really enjoyed it. So we invited you, of course, to play with the band because we are presenting the Bard today.
No, finally,
Finally, yeah.
finally we have a bard in a game.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's gone what, 6 years? 7
Yeah,
years?
6-7 years.
So for those that don't know, we
Oh,
had
that's right.
a game before
There
that was
weren't
called
any
Divinity
bars in
Original Sin
OS
2. And in it we had a Kickstarter, and in that Kickstarter at one moment during an update there was a vote. And so David wanted the Bard in, and I wanted the really cool stuff, which was the
Who'da thunk
polymorph,
it, Ankro?
class, and so
But I had such cool spells made up, like Piano of Pain and...
Piano of Pain. I know, seriously.
I don't know.
Anyway, Nick today is going to take us through some of the gameplay. You have a presentation prepared for us?
Yep.
We're going to be looking at all of the Bard features. We have a whole bunch of movies to show you also with really cool stuff. So I suggest we get started. Maybe we should start, well, since we just saw the Bard, maybe you should introduce the Bard.
I'll start with a Bard in the room, which is the new class that is available in patch 8.
All right.
Here's how it looks. So a Bard is a caster.
Move your
and
camera to
they
the
use
other
a lot of control
side.
spells, and they deal a lot of psychic damage. Like this one, for example, Vicious Mockery. It allows you to insult somebody. And you will actually hear an insult. We have 97 insults.
97 of them.
97
and
of
that's
them.
recorded for every single player voice, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you do when you insult people in the game? Like, does it really bring a benefit to insult them?
It hurts them psychically.
Psychic.
Psychic.
All right, okay. So I think we have a couple of insults lined up. Can we hear a few insults just to see how insults sound?
You've a visage fit for letter writing.
Okay. Right.
Wow.
Anything else?
Behold, a most noisy cuck.
Those are actually some of the nicer insults actually that we have in there.
Okay. I read one which was, your body is more toilet than temple.
Ah, okay. Well, thank
That's
you.
funnier.
Yeah. No, yeah, you got it.
Oh, it wasn't anything personal. I was just like...
Okay. So
Wow.
we got insults and a Bard. What else do we have?
Yeah. So a Bard has a starting instrument. You can pick a starting instrument that you can see between a drum, a flute, a lute, a lyre, or a violin.
All right. So, do these instruments do anything? Or is there any use to them?
Oh yeah, so Bard will use them as part of their spellcasting, but also you'll be able to perform
I agree,
to the
Ankro.
characters in the game.
The mechanics will probably be the same.
Oh yeah, which we'll see.
We'll show it.
So we'll let chat decide which instrument you're going to pick in a minute. But
Taser
there's some
is
more
God.
things that we can show here, right? So
Okay, I'll keep
tell
that
us
in
a bit
mind,
more
Linda.
about the Bard.
Right. So one of the classic things that Bard can do is inspire allies. So Bardic Inspiration is something that we'll show as well. It's a way to give an ally a bonus on whatever D20 roll they're going to be doing.
All right, so a Bardic Inspiration, the signature action basically of the Bard, you could say. All right, so Bards are not the only thing that we're showing today.
Oh yeah, there's more stuff in character creation that is new. And that one is a race.
Yes, we are launching the gnome race, which inadvertently had leaked by a person who couldn't shut up previously, but is now finally in the game.
Who was that?
And so,
Who
can you
leaked
take us
it
through
early?
Yeah, so this here is a forest gnome. They
Plus
have
2
dark vision,
intelligence.
and they can talk to animals just natively.
Yeah.
And like all gnomes, they're very cunning, so they have advantage on saving throws of mental abilities.
Okay,
It's very hard to charm or frighten them, basically.
Okay, cool. And I see they have their intelligence
That's
plus 2 also.
awesome.
Oh yeah,
They're very smart.
pretty smart. Pretty smart
okay.
cookies.
Okay, cool.
We also have deep gnomes that come from Underdark.
Yeah.
And being from Underdark, they have
Ooh.
superior dark vision. And they're good at sneaking at stealth checks through stone camouflage.
All right, I like those.
And we also have the rock
So
gnomes.
great for
the
evil
Tinkers,
thief.
among them. That have Artificer's Lore, which doubles their proficiency bonus in history. Or you could say that they have expertise.
I
in
might
history.
actually do a
Expertise is new,
gnome
right?
playthrough.
So we
Wow.
didn't have that before.
Yeah, that's something new.
I
yeah,
like
that's
this.
a Bard feature that we made for the Bard. But it's also available for other classes, so rogues
rogue?
rogues will also have
Gnome
expertise
launching.
from
People
level
happy
one. Yeah.
who are wanting to have expertise in there. All right, excellent. So, Bards, looking cool. There was a thing you told me as we were trying this out before about rock gnomes that I didn't know because who would play a rock gnome anyway? And so
We will today. Yeah, rock gnomes are tinkers, and something small that they start with is a little music box that plays. I think that's BG3 theme in the background, or you can sell it, if you're into that.
Wow.
Okay, so it's like free cash to start with.
That's awesome.
you know, heirloom. Your little thing.
It's going from Mr. Balancing. All right. Okay. All right. Good.
You can have this one.
Regal Playthrough.
Right,
That'd be awesome.
He's very stingy when it comes to loot. You have no ideas the conversations that we've had.
I could totally see recreating him in this game.
We're gonna
absolutely.
have a little demo of. I guess we're gonna pay a Bard gnome. Does that make sense? Actually, a Bard gnome.
It makes sense. If you want to. If you want it to make sense.
If you roleplay.
Look at it, it's perfect. Like, gnomes look like bards.
What is the, and one of the questions you must be getting when you talk about the gnomes, which clearly you're very passionate about, is like, what is the max throwing distance? Like, is there how does it?
They're as light as halflings, so they're prime throwing material.
So I can improvise weapons with the gnomes, and I can just throw them as far as I want.
If you ask them nicely.
Okay. Definitely looking forward to a demo of that.
Are they actually going to throw the gnomes in the demo?
Your demo. There's actually one more thing that we have new in character creation.
Oh yes, yes.
And that
in
is
the appearance tab.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of new customization options that have been added to the hair. We have different hairstyle now, highlights, that kind of thing, but I have somebody lined up who would very much like to talk about hair. And it is none other than our very own Victoria. Can we bring up Victoria?
What's new for hair in patch 8? Well, actually a lot is new. We've overhauled.
That's some fascinating hair she's rocking.
We've
wow.
added automatic snapping, so you can choose any
Is
hair
that
you
gold?
want across gender or race, no matter who you choose. We also added highlights, ring hair, and more hair, and all kinds of adjustments. The hair in VG3 already looked pretty good. What we set out to do was to make it
awesome.
better, make it prettier. So one good example of things that we changed and we're striving to still improve upon.
I'm a fan, Danielle. Absolutely.
Afros. They felt pretty flat and pretty unrealistic, and now we tried to make them a bit more fluffy and even more realistic. One of the things that we really take into consideration is player feedback. With all the changes that we've rolled out, it's going to be really important for us to hear how players feel about it, so that we can improve further upon it.
Hair looks fantastic.
By release, end up with fabulous hair.
That's
like
awesome.
Mine, you know? It's beautiful.
I agree, Leonard. I love talking to animals in the original Sin 2, and definitely want to be able to do it in Baldur's Gate 3.
Of races and classes that we have into the game. The amount of hairstyles is just insane in this game.
Yes, and yeah, you can combine anything from any race, any body type.
Yeah, that's and beards also.
That's
we did
awesome.
that already before, but I thought I also like the fact that I'm a man of hair difficulty.
Really?
I haven't noticed it yet. And I really like that you can actually pick for your gray hair what it's graying towards to. So I want a gray towards purple, and that's a thing that can happen now. And I think this is
wow, that's awesome.
We have a long list. David, have you seen this? Like, you're not the only one that can do it. And I wanted to do something really impressive, but I can't.
No, because it tore off.
I tore it with my armor, and I just wanted to impress you with all the patch notes, and I printed out myself. That's really non-printed it.
Maybe today we're all losers.
Taking it hard, David, eh?
That's on you, chat.
You make David sad.
All right, Nick, what do you have to show us here?
That's awesome.
We're a bit...
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Let the bard inspire you, David.
All right.
We have a
here we go.
Further into the game. This is Druid Grove. And I have a bard here who is ready to level up to level
That
3,
hair is really cool.
which is when bards get their subclass. So we can check it out.
All right, let's have a look. All right. Now, just so you know, Nick is doing this on a screen that's half broken because Hunter and his band were a little bit too enthusiastic.
Perfect.
So he might be missing things that might be obvious to you, but they're definitely not obvious to Nick.
It was Neil.
It was Neil. The guy you voted for. The guy you voted for.
Blame it on the dead guy.
It's fine. Chat will help me out. I'm sure they will correct me if I don't see half of.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's go for it.
So, when bard levels up to 3, first thing we're going to do is
they knew we
put
were
in
going to
the
vote for the
expertise
dead
points,
guy.
which we
Come on
already
now.
mentioned. So I'm going to pick Persuasion and Performance, or Performance and Persuasion.
What does
typical
Performance
bard
do
things
again?
that we'll definitely need throughout. And then we have 2 subclasses. So we have College of Lore and College of Valor. For the College of Lore, we have Cunning Words, another way to insult your enemy. This time to give them a penalty on their d20 checks.
Damage dealt.
And of course, we're adding some spells, some for Bard and some that are going to be used by other classes as well.
Okay, yeah.
So here I have a Phantasmal Force, a spell that deals psychic damage every turn, or if you deal some new damage type, the enemy will remember the damage type that you dealt, for example, fire, and they will keep receiving fire.
They're going to get fire damage. They think they get fire damage. They're actually getting fire damage. How does that even work?
It's like a phantom pain kind of thing.
That's
Bards are
awesome.
sneaky. Like,
Yeah.
they're not all...
Hunted by your nightmares.
There you go.
There you go. That can do fire damage too.
So I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna ask. All right, go ahead.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pick Calm Emotions and another new spell that makes you immune to Charm the Frightened.
This is something the world needs. David also needs some Calm Emotion spell just right now.
And we will need it. And just for interest, we're going to show College of Valor as well. College of Valor is a bit better with weapons and armor.
So performance is a must for Bard. Okay, so it is related to instruments.
They have combat inspiration, so they can
Phantasmal
get
Force
their
looks interesting.
bardic inspiration to apply to damage and armor class.
Okay, all right. So, but we're going with College of Lore, right?
I think we're going to go with College of Lore so that we can insult people.
There's a. Are you going to explain Jack of all trades?
Yeah, let's check it out. So something that we're updating in the patch as well, we're highlighting more of the class features in character panel. So here, for example, we have Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So that one means that even if you're not proficient or have expertise in a skill, you still add half of your proficiency bonus to all of the skills.
And is that like unique
Skill
to the Bard?
monkey.
Yeah, that's their thing.
All right. As a matter of fact, you could think of the Bard of like the one if you want to like play a little bit of everything. That's the guy.
There should be like a phrase for that.
Yeah.
I just can't come up with one, but Jack of all trades. All traits. Anyway.
All traits. Oh my god.
Lennon, it might be Owlcat who's going to scratch your sci-fi RPG
you got a violin,
itch.
by the way, because Chad voted for the violin.
That's what Chad said.
Yeah, Chad has a violin.
Yes.
Because I think the magic users kind of have to hide
Did you want
or
violin?
submit.
Violins are cool. I like all of them. I honestly think they're all super cool.
All right. Have you ever gone to a violin class first year?
No, I played cello. It's worse.
All right.
It's kind of cool running around with a violin on your back.
That's right. That guy.
And so we're going to show performing with the instrument with Volo. And now Volo is good at singing or whistling. And what we're going to do is, when I click on perform, the action that the Bard has, I can pick one of 3 songs.
Okay.
And so this is a new piece of UI.
It's a new UI. There's like spells that have different variations, like perform here, but also other spells. You can select this variation in the new UI, and it's also used for upcasting.
Yeah, can we can you show some upcasting in it? Can you switch to a wizard or something?
I think I have it on heroism.
Oh,
Okay. There you go.
This
so
is really
you get a nice, beautiful UI.
Also pointing out, because that's
That's
one of the
really
things you've
cool
been working
looking.
on the tooltips here.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten an upgrade too again.
Yeah, they're more beautiful again. The text is getting tweaked all the time to get as much information across in as
Bringing
few
back
words,
memories
which is
for you,
not
Ankro.
always easy in D&D.
Is that a thing you always had? Like you appreciate the aesthetics of tooltips? Or
Not as much
is it
as
an
I
acquired, acquired thing? All right.
Yeah.
Acquired taste.
All right, which song are we going to pick? I know which one you're going to pick.
I want the power.
I figured.
And the power?
The power.
Are we going for the power?
Yes, we're going
All right,
for the power.
try hard in from the start.
All right.
So let's see.
Yes, you will, Lennon. They've already confirmed that.
So he's starting to whistle because he doesn't have an instrument on him.
Yeah.
That's what happens if you have no instrument.
Indeed. And PCs will join in if they are good with singing or they have an instrument. So Volo is.
They're giving gold.
Yeah, and we have an audience. The druids are interested in our song.
Yeah.
They're throwing gold coins at us.
They're throwing gold coins
That's
at you. This is
crazy.
Rich.
Slowly.
Like a true Bard. You're not gonna get like the pocket change, right? If anything, people are just gonna ignore you, pretend you're not sitting there while they're enjoying the music. Turn around, like pass by again. I'm still ignoring you.
So
like,
you
turn
could
around,
potentially
pass
start
by
a
again.
concert.
The kid is gonna look at the parents, gonna say, "Are we not gonna give some person something?" Like the parents are gonna say, "No,
Camera,
kids,
what's going
you're
on?
not-
Bard.
they're gonna feel really guilty
We're
that you wanted
watching
to
gameplay of
kids.
Bard
We're
right
gonna
now.
make David sad again.
Okay.
You also need to pass a skill check actually to get the money.
You need to get a skill check. You need to be good at it.
Yeah, you
What
really
happens if you're bad?
Then you no money for you.
No money for me. That's even sadder.
You have to keep practice.
It's like losing at Forgotten Idol.
Just like that, actually. Yes.
Can you play instruments when you're not a bard?
Yes, yes. So if you want multiple people playing instruments in your party, at level 4 you can get a feat that's called Performer, and that gives you a proficiency with a musical instrument, and everybody can play.
So then your party will play together just like you're now playing with the NPC.
Yes,
I think we have a save game later on that we can show.
We're going to show that.
That's
A few
wild.
follow-up questions on this. First of all, this looks super scripted, sir.
Oh, that's absolutely scripted. No, it's completely systemic. So
You want to insult me?
I have 97 insults.
Can we get an insult? Oh, I thought I was going to get an insult.
That's okay.
All right, no insult.
Anyway.
So, no, wait, hold on. I have another question. So it's systemic, so that means that you can find, if you find bards anywhere, they're going to start playing with you. And if there's no bard, people are going to come to you if you pass a performance check. That also means that you can distract people by playing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you
Wow.
need NPCs to look one way when you're doing something else the other way, that's a good way to do it.
There's some kids
So
over there.
Bard
in the
is
grove.
crazy
Can we go to the
useful,
kids and see
actually.
if we can rob them blind.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, let's do that.
If that's what we want to do.
The party is also a bad. Exactly the yell. I might have to run that type of playthrough.
Just giving them back, giving the same experience back to them.
They're only children. They're innocent tiefling children.
Well,
they are.
We don't call
still, them. Where I mean, like it's just showing.
But
the
I
feature,
wonder,
David. It's fine.
will you be able to
I'm not
play
saying that all
evil
the
sounding
fishes are like-
songs?
Or tieflings.
Yeah.
Like the kids also
Like
like
I want
the
an
power.
evil party where we all have instruments and we
the
play
bard is
songs
innocent,
of
he's just playing
despair.
music, right? The kids are the ones coming. Are you stealing with your wizard?
I'm borrowing it.
How stupid is that? Look, I mean, why do you think the attitude went down? Why do you think this?
Well, it's because Gale, he's not very good at.
Yeah, but somebody must have spotted it, right?
I hate clowns, so I'm not doing that, camera.
The guard is gone.
People, it is not.
Although an evil playthrough of all it clowns actually sounds pretty nice.
You're not gonna be arrested. Oh, it's so sad.
But if I would be arrested.
Oh well, I mean, like it's fine.
Try to
it's
find the
fine.
guard.
You're supposed to be an adult. Act like it.
Okay.
All right. So the kid noticed it. All right. Well, this happens. It's a pity. I'm so sad for the people that worked on that feature. Let's move on.
You're not gonna explain it.
Not in that way. No. It's just a cool feature, and they did something really cool here. I wanted to talk about how cool it was. It's like it happens. All right. Let's go forward. We have hold on. David, you're gonna have to help me because you ruined
absolutely.
This. To be fair.
Hey.
No, you gotta go to the top. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I highlighted and I want to talk about. There's a whole bunch of features. All right, let's start with part 1. Thank you. Thank you.
Have you read Omniscient
I'm a
Reader?
professional.
Nope, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I can see that you've done this before. All right.
I can play Wonderwall.
The tech thoughts.
The tech thoughts. Is that on your list?
It absolutely is, yes.
Great. So we had this spell that's called Detect Thoughts, and it was a bit uncomfortable to use it before. You had to precast it before a dialogue, but you didn't even know when it would be relevant, so few people used it.
I think you're very polite because uncomfortable, it was absolute shit, really. I mean, like, so nobody used it.
Now it's a lot more comfortable.
Good news is that he has his sword this time.
For now.
Are you ready? He's going to lose it?
That's right. When I played early access, he didn't.
Technique.
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. I'm useless with a sword.
So now, if there is a Detect Thoughts opportunity in a dialogue, you can cast it right in the dialogues.
Okay.
What we're gonna do, and we get +1 from Jack of all trades right there.
Nice.
All right. So go for it. I hope you're going to work.
Yeah,
okay, very good. And so now you're going to learn something that he knows.
Yeah, it's going to be his secret.
Nice.
It was over. And I just froze while the
interface looks so much better than when I played this.
Okay, so now you know something extra that you didn't know before.
Exactly. So now we know how to cheer him up, given that information.
Right.
There's a mind reading ability in Divinity 2? I don't remember that.
All right, and so.
Step.
Oh, he lost his sword. He did lose his sword. All right, okay.
Nothing's perfect, guys.
All right, so he's giving you a reward also for that. That's really good.
Thank you.
So you're gonna. What are you getting?
More free stuff.
Right.
Well, I'm getting inspired. That's one thing.
And so that's gonna give you an extra roll.
Zell is inspired. Interesting.
And what else do you get?
A battle axe.
Battle axe. Okay, well.
Freebies.
Yeah.
That's just Bard stuff, right?
It's just a Bard stuff. All right. Okay, cool. So detect thoughts is now easier to access because it's now available from within the dialogue, so that's really good.
That's a nice change. Definitely.
There's other cool spell stuff that is also new.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, so the spell book has been updated.
Okay.
We have an updated UI. You can now look at spells and filter for them. So that is very neat. So yeah, there's a search, and you can also like look on type, on the damage.
Oh, Divinity 2. My bad.
And also, if you are a wizard and you want to learn new spells, there's a neat UI thingy for that as well. Where it shows all the spell scrolls that you have for spells that you haven't learned yet. It shows how much you pay for it. You can see that Acid Arrow here is cheaper because it's for your subclass, and you can just like click it and then learn it.
Yeah. Let's learn something, right? Yeah. Maybe silence.
Silence. You clearly are up to something.
So now that we have it, we also need to prepare it.
Yeah.
Which is now done in a bit of a neater way. So you see your prepared spells, and you just select which ones you want.
Yeah.
And I also have Find Familiar on Gale.
That's true.
Yeah,
actually.
I agree, Danielle.
It's
This
one of
is
the other small things,
great
things
stuff.
that have been added. All right, go for it.
Which one do you want?
The production values of the interfaces you use are so top notch. Really impressive. Lennon, is this a comic book series?
I still have to go for this.
It's a newt without the tail.
Exactly, but it's not a newt. It's a frog. Who gets the frog?
Both amphibians.
All right.
Get in for frog.
Probably Danielle. I just know I haven't played them all.
So what's special about them? Why are you showing us familiars?
Well, there is a lot special about the frog, but the new thing in the patch is that familiars and Ranger's companions will stick with you if you rest. So they will not just poof away, they will stay
in the past
with you.
you lost them, so you now can actually have a relationship with your Ranger companion that lasts forever. All the way until the end.
That's awesome.
As long as you can keep them alive.
As long as you can keep them alive, all right.
But they can also heal now.
Yes.
Yes, they can, but during short rest they can take
they do.
Okay, so that's good. All right, but you had to take the familiar frog.
Frog.
So
I love it. My favorite.
All right, okay. Let's move onwards. What else do you want to show us?
Well, I want to get out of the city.
Yeah, I'll be going Warlock first time camera.
Okay.
See what we can find.
All right, go for it.
Let me just grab my party with a new.
But I'll probably have Gale in my party, so I'll still figure out what the wizard is like.
And let's strike it out.
All right. So while you're heading there, I'll just go through some of the other new things that are in there. So for all our Brazilian Portuguese fans, vamo nessa. So Brazilian Portuguese is being added to the patch, so that's coming to you now. Also, I think with this patch, otherwise it wouldn't be on my list.
When does the patch release, Finn?
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks, Linda.
I think the release is like in
after the stream.
Larian Studios now. So.
Okay.
This year. No, I think it's releasing as we speak. Maybe they have some technical issues. So it's coming out right now. So what else do we have? Well, lots of hairstyles, clearly. We have Swarm AI.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. So you want to show your thing first?
We can start with my thing, and then we'll talk about
go
Swarm
to the
AI.
exciting thing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's show me your thing.
So say I'm walking around the wilderness, looking for adventure, looking for things to find.
All right.
Oh, what's that?
Oh no! It's a mount!
It's a dirt mound full of dirt.
Dirt mounds.
If only I could do something about it.
Away.
I have a shovel.
Yeah.
Do you know, Sven, what people can do with a shovel?
Many things. You can throw them.
That's true.
You can try to eat them.
No. You can try.
Yeah. I think you can hit somebody with it also.
You can hit somebody with it.
You can sell it.
But also you can dig, because this is an RPG.
True. Yeah.
And
so when you dig, what happens?
Up.
Yeah. There comes a chest.
Perfectly synced.
I knew it was going to be just big chest. Small gnome.
It is a big chest, but we'll never find out.
When do we
what's
get to
inside.
the gnome throwing anyway?
Any minute now.
so before you open it.
Yeah, I'm not a sword fan either, Daniel.
I played a few games in my life. Like most of them that have a thing like digging and stuff like that. I mean, like you open the chest, you get a carrot. If you're lucky, you get a coin. Like maybe a bone. Is this going to be like this with our?
Let's find out.
Yeah. This is a carrot, man. Oh,
it's more than a carrot.
It's not that bad actually. It's quite. It's
more
not
bling.
That bad. Yeah. So, how do you discover chests? How do you figure out that they're there?
So there's quite a few scattered around. Some are just completely hidden, but some are pointed out by notes or NPCs.
Okay, so and if you discover them, you need to do any kind of check.
Yes, you need to do.
I agree, Florian. I think it was a good part of DOS 2.
Persuasion check, yes. No. Perception.
Okay.
Perception check.
All right. Okay, as you get set up, we'll look at a combat with you in which the bard is going to show what the bard actually means to the party, I trust. But before we do that, we have a very exciting feature coming up regarding combat. For quite some time, our developers have been working very hard on a AI feature which we call Swarm AI. And the person that's going to introduce that to you is none
More
other than
flashbacks
Edward
incoming,
Inberg for
camera.
Elite Combat.
So the Swarm AI is for us the ability to group together certain units so that they act at the same time. Essentially, instead of taking a turn each, they will move together, then act in turn. So we do this on certain minor units, such as perhaps small animals, stupid goblins, things like that. Essentially, the problem we're trying to solve is that we're trying to speed up combat because we thought the experience was too slow. So you would often, in big fights, right, in fights with perhaps 10, 15 participants, we would have to wait until everybody thinks, then moves, then acts, and we're looking for a way to speed things up. That's the idea.
Interesting.
The major change that you're going to see is that certain fights where we have enabled Swarm AI, it's not enabled everywhere, but in the fights we have enabled it, it's going to play a lot faster. It's going to be a lot smoother. Yeah, I can give you a specific example of this, which is the Goblin Village, right, in the temple ruins. So you used to have all these goblins, right, and you would attack one of them for fun or because the conversation turned sour or anything, and then they would all act the one after the other.
No graveyard is going to be safe.
This was never satisfactory for us. So now the Swarm AI is in place. They're going to start moving, in a much more efficient way, and you can actually have an experience that is a lot better and a lot more fluid.
Yeah, Dale, I thought it was going to be actual Swarm characters, but no, it's Swarm AI. That's actually...
Forget about him, guys. We figured it out. You do some sort of... We made sure that all criticals and your deaths are going to feel so much more rewarding right now. Combat cameras, they're back. So loaded dice or no, anything you do is just going to have that punch to it. Like this.
So one of the things I like about King Arthur Knight's Tale, all your party members move, then all of the enemies move. And I feel like things are much faster that way in a turn-based game. When it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, feels like things take forever.
It changes a lot.
But yeah, having the minor enemies move at the same time is fantastic.
It's been quite a challenge also to get it to work because it's the AI that we have is a thinking AI, so it plans. So having them
I agree,
all think
Daniel.
together took quite a lot of optimization to get it to work smoothly. But it's well, we'll see what.
I agree, Florian. I feel like it's going to make combat better overall.
A lot in combat, especially in the big ones.
Great move.
And
why do they keep going back to this camera?
Right? Okay, so but we're first going to get into the combat, right? So we're going to do what's called as a harpy fight. Let's have a look at how you get it.
Ooh, a harpy fight. This is brutal.
In the distance.
Definitely not a harpy.
As a bard, I have to go and investigate. What could it be? Anyway, let's talk to this guy. Nurkan, what are you doing here, Ben?
A sweet melody plays above the waves, beckoning you.
Oh, I forgot she was doing voiceover in this game.
As a bard, let's let's try to sing.
Yeah, a lot of bonus there.
Yeah.
Maybe you should add some more.
Definitely. We're getting all of them.
Ooh, to get a 5, we already have 6.
Oh.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, well, you're good. I don't think you could have lost this one.
No.
You never know.
Well, if you roll the one.
You gonna try to save the kid?
As the spell breaks, you are free.
Oh. Shall we try to break the guy out as well?
As you do, as you want. So go ahead.
That's super cool.
Advantage on it because you're a bard.
That's okay.
Easy, easy, ooh, easy.
Look at that.
Expertise though.
Flexing. Yeah, expertise really helps.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's super cool.
Wasn't there a thing about guidance as well? Oh.
There's one of the patch notes is guidance. Yeah, I mean it's one of the small things that's in there, which I liked it in the patch list. You can see that the game is mature.
Yeah, I agree, Dan.
So you things like, for instance, if you try to
it would have
detect
benefited from
Shadowheart's
this.
faults, and you try to use her guidance to detect her faults, that doesn't work anymore. So small things like this.
She looks
that are starting to
different.
get done, that are demonstrating that we're getting closer to the end of development. We still have a lot of work. All right, so you're getting into combat. And yeah, well, we're going to just watch what you're going to do in combat. Let's watch a little bit of combat, but we still have other stuff that's lined up.
Yeah.
So see.
Why was she lured if our performance broke the song?
Well, we can end with this.
Right.
So let's see. Two of my characters are lured by the harpy song. So,
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Okay. Let's open with a sleep. Should I cast it?
Live.
Oh no!
I do like that.
We're gonna sleep more. Let's sleep this harpy.
With all the bones they collect,
Break
yeah.
Concentration.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, Danielle. I might need a bard in my party. This looks awesome. Really, really impressed.
Frog is gonna do. It's gonna do its thing.
Skill monkeys are the best. I agree, Camera. I just usually don't use bards as my spell monkeys. I usually use rogues.
Maybe one damage.
So you get great skills and crazy backstab damage.
Are you gonna manage?
Or dagger damage in the case of Pathfinder.
Well, I have stage fright.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What does that
Drown
do?
your
That's one of
enemies in an
tadpole powers.
overwhelming fear of failure.
Well, a lot of things, a lot of debuffs, and let's see.
It's not hilarious straight without a TPK.
Stage fright. Can we give him stage fright?
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Got one of them at least.
Well, one of them is
Love
not
the
too bad.
visuals.
Shall we curse one of them?
They put a ton of effort in this. This looks so much better than when I played it.
Is that you did on your turn right now, and the enemy will have a penalty.
I agree 100%, Philip. I want one, but I don't want my main character to be a bard. I'm not interested in that.
Cocksucking nothing.
Okay.
Did you just say that?
Something.
Yeah, that's a good call out, Camera. I like the bard, the Lindsay bard we get in Kingmaker. I used her.
Oh no, Mirkan, don't go there. Oh no.
No.
It's okay.
Don't do it, Morgan. Don't do it. Don't
You're
jump.
just running away. It's
Don't
okay.
jump. Okay.
Hey,
Right. He's
don't
going to the
jump.
RP. He's not running away.
So, shall we try to toss?
Yes. Toss me up.
All right. Let's try. Let's see how far we can throw. Not too far.
You
Still
can throw up.
heavy. Yeah.
No, your path is interrupted. No, find a path. Find a path. There is one. One a little bit lower. No. Yeah, there.
Maybe here will work.
Crazy.
I don't think you're gonna get anywhere.
Yo.
Well, we can leave the end of this fight. And we can
I'm gonna create a gnome named Wolverine.
Now you're invested.
Make him skilled in unarmed damage and have people throw him around everywhere.
Let me heal myself up.
Charisma roll.
I want to see how the pros do it.
Aspect of the game. Yep, I'm sure that'll be the case.
No pressure.
Guiding bolt.
We're gonna just guide and bolt them.
Sorcerers or warlocks would have wiped this already. Would have handled business.
I would like to use calm emotions.
That would be good actually, because that will take them. How are you gonna stop?
Use silence on the other two, so they don't try to lure me.
That's why you learned silence.
Yeah, very handy. Also have a skull of Misty Step.
It feels like everything they do packs a punch. I love it.
Oh, Gale is not much of a thrower.
He's not a big thrower, right?
We're gonna skip the frog for this time. So where is it? Calm emotions.
Certainly looking like chaos here. I'm not sure if they're gonna pull it out.
To charm effects.
That's cheating.
There you go. That makes a fight. Well, my cheats are a fight now.
Bard to the rescue.
All right, so that's actually quite powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
While
powerful.
you're on the Bard, don't
Nice
you have
job.
some really cool arrows on her as well.
Oh,
that
yeah,
have
I
some
do.
New tooltips.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah. So a lot of the items that deal damage now have the same kind of tooltips as the spells. They show the damage, they show the range. And also new on this tooltip is that you can see the area of effect there. It's small, but it's there. Right there. And also like any spells and arrows and stuff that are in short range, so less than 2 meters, now have the melee. So there's all kind of small
I noticed, I mean, when I was playing it and trying it out, I noticed how much quality of life, invisible things, small things, things you, once you see them, you can't live without them again. And you didn't realize
I would love that,
there's
Aggro.
really a lot of
I
them
would
when you go
absolutely
through it.
love
It's really-
that.
it's really, really good. All right.
All right.
Okay.
So, shall we get to something less combat oriented?
I know. I want you to finish this fight.
Oh, now they want to.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
You're trying to get out of this fight. I see that.
Perform my way out of it. That's gonna be a slaughter, isn't it?
Ooh.
You're resisting the song, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm immune. Let's see how far Lizelle can jump. Yeah, she's gonna be alright.
Yeah, that's a jump. But you have an attack of opportunity, smart
Yes,
man.
something that we...
Bad idea.
Thank you.
Alright. Wow. She's silenced now, but she can... she's got her action surge.
Yes.
Okay, you clever
An
man.
action surge. Where are my maneuvers? Yeah, pushing maneuver. Let's see if I can shove her off this cliff. Oh, that's enough.
Okay, that was really good.
That looked fantastic.
Okay. Oh, she's sinning.
Damn.
No sinning allowed. Keep pelting them. Okay, maybe I need to walk away a bit.
Okay.
Sure. More radiant damage.
Starting to get there.
Trying to get there.
Yeah.
Slan really wants to put me through paces
Yep.
here.
I do.
Meta Magic is always awesome.
There
Loved it in
also,
Solasta,
like,
loved it in
cycles
Pathfinder.
if you select the wrong
I'm sure
person.
I'll love it here
Yeah,
too.
yeah, let's
Yeah,
check it
show
out.
that, show that, yeah.
So if I have Lizelle and it's not her turn, right? We now have a little button here that tells you, whoops, it's not this character's turn. And if you click it, it gives you the character whose turn is this.
There's also a new resting UI actually that we forgot to show. We should show that afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Let's try to keep throwing them off. Oh, very complicated.
Why do you want to throw them off? I mean, like...
Oh, she's silent.
Wow.
Yeah, very nice.
Man, oh, it's gonna be a blast playing this game.
I would have been dead in this fight, I think.
Oh, I'm gonna love playing this game. Damn.
I was hoping for
How
a
you
crit,
crit
because
miss
we
that,
need to
bruh?
show that crit count. That's much better.
Bufotoxin. All right, you're in business. Okay, I believe that you can win this fight. I still want to see it though.
All right, our psionic jump.
Yeah.
On Lizelle is really good. Let's see if this is gonna work.
So badass. Yeah.
Concentration
Well, it's
saving
a lot
throw
easier when I'm
successful.
not lured.
Okay.
I'm immune to their tricks. Oh no,
That was stupid, you stupid beast.
She forgot I'm not silent.
Yeah. I don't think she's aware. Whoa.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
You're not bad
Yeah.
at all. You're not bad at all.
But they were literally anything you
Oh, I
point
need
them at.
to-
Yeah,
I
I'm
need to
seeing
go
that,
one
Daniel.
more,
That
'cause I need you to
swing
do
looked
something for me to get into
brutal.
my next feature.
Wow.
All right.
Still fishing for that crit.
Okay. No crits to be seen.
No crits to be seen, actually. Oh, let's do Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, that's really powerful. So I like that one.
Yeah, that's a kill.
There
All
we
right,
go.
have one left. Did you have something in mind?
No, throw a gnome at it, but that's fine. You threw my gnome. That's I'm happy. I can rest.
Whatever you did last time, do it again.
Last attack. Bang.
You were very impressive. I gotta say.
Bards.
Man.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So
2023,
that's
great
that's
year for
it
gaming.
can do many things.
Yes.
Right?
Wow.
It has, that can help you also out of combat by attracting attention. It can perform. It can lead you to actually really cool moments of music, which we'll have a look at. And you can load that save game as Nick is getting ready for his save game. We have a whole bunch of other changes and additions that came to the game. One of them is a sign of how the game is
yeah, and that one's happened to all of us.
Recently, we have a lot of improved polish that has been added to our cinematics. And our cinematics team put together a couple of videos to show before and after how the game is evolving, and a couple of new features that were not in the cinematics before. So let's have a look at that. Let's start with the before and after video. Let's have a look at what that
heartbeat going. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, there we go.
That's 7.
Okay, all right. I was told that my mic is open, so I can still talk about it. All right, so here we're seeing new snake animations that were added on top of it. Here we're going to see much more detail, for instance, on that pouch. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, see, I didn't play patch 7, so none of this is moving me.
Which they're actually holding now, rather than putting next to their ear. So you're seeing a lot of polish in action
cool.
right there. Obviously, we are not only making Act 1 on the game, we're also making Act 2 and Act 3, which are quite the things. Look at that hair here. I mean, like, that's really, I mean, like, when I saw that for the first time, I said, oh my, it's really, really getting there. These are this birth of...
Oh, yeah, fellow. I'm definitely playing a barbarian. That'll probably be my evil playthrough.
Dragon attack. As getting some love there.
I've never played an Eldritch Knight, Larian.
Moving forward, so you can see how technology is starting to mature, features are coming into place.
Patience, camera. I'm sure you're not the only one asking for necromancy spells.
You were to see what happens when you break through the illusion of the hack. Oh, it's a pity that we went dark there. So you... I was still playing. So you just saw what was before just a static swap has now received some VFX and SFX love. I am still seeing blackness here. Ah, yeah, there we go. Torture scene in the Goblin camp. So just a few of many, many scenes that are getting better and better. Here we see our Myconids, dancing Myconids.
Those guys will look a lot better since the time that I played.
When they're celebrating after. When you save them. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And more. And that's the shot of our dead Neil, if I'm not mistaken. All right. But that's not the only thing they did. They wanted to point out 2 extra features. We have, first of all, we have the Sustain Emotions. Sustain Emotions, which actually are gameplay indicators of what your party members are thinking, what the characters in the game are thinking when you are going in dialogue. We got a video on Sustain Emotions. So Sustain Emotions is basically when the characters just, instead of going back to their pose, they just keep on being in their regular emotional state. So I think you're seeing Shadowheart being angry right now. And then she can
I thought she was smelling something.
You thought she was smelling something. That is also possible. This is the Shadowheart Fear. Shadowheart,
nice.
She has a whole bunch of emotions that she can throw at you.
Except she looks a little cross-eyed.
As they affect her your approval rating with her also.
Marcia, you might as well go ahead and put down that $60.
Oh my God.
You know you're going to buy it.
Right. So it's a small thing. It's something that's big for us because it's something that we can now apply in all of our cinematics and still makes them better. But we have more that was added also. And that's a thing that's invisible, but we want to highlight it because it does a lot. It also represents a lot of work that's been done. It is the background animations, or as we call it, the peanuts. Can we ping up peanut video, please? So peanuts are basically the characters in the background. In the past, they weren't really doing anything, but now you're going to notice as you go through the game that there's always going to be action as they react basically to what the protagonist of the scene is doing. So it's subtle, but it adds a lot again to the believability of everything that you're seeing, which is an important thing for us as we're building this game. And remember, we're doing this across a very large game, so the amount of cinematic animation that's going into it is insane. But the goal, of course, is to give you a immersive experience. So right now we're looking at...
yeah, Phil, they're doing a great job with the faces.
A well. Yeah, I've been in that well. It's a really cool well. And there's our ogres. So see reaction shows. So that's the recruitment, one of the possible recruitments of Shadowheart. And so you see the characters in the background. You didn't see that before. That was all invisible. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it anymore. So we never highlighted it. But this is now also part of our patch. Nick, did you set up the thing that you wanted to
Yes. We are ready.
That's awesome.
And before we're gonna start with the thing that I wanted
Yeah,
to show,
Marcel,
there's
you
another
might as
thing
well.
that, Ina wanted
Go
to
ahead
show
and
you,
plop it
and
down.
that's the new.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Play it now, play it again next year.
New wrists.
Yeah.
They're
I'm a
neat.
fan of that blue and brown hair.
Oh.
That's working for me.
Fira is
They're singing.
singing suddenly.
Oh, I
Got the
remember
audience of
this
scrolls,
scene.
yeah.
Well, why don't we try to sing a song with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a bard dance.
So she instantly picks up her lute.
Yeah, and you can hear the violin and the lute. And then my
That's
party is level
so
4, and
cool.
I got the feet, so I can join in. And you can hear the instruments joining one by one as the party
Oh,
starts.
dude. That's wild. That's so wild. Oh, snap.
Because I'm the best player.
And so you can do that in multiplayer also.
Yes.
Whenever you're in the craziest situations, you can decide to make a little bit of music. You can earn a coin that way. You can loot everybody. I think it's like a part difficult class to sell to people, but I think the team did a really good job. We've got much more.
Man,
So you gotta,
yes, you have.
There's a boatload of stuff that we really forgot about.
Not enough cowbell.
Well, not forget, but again, it's a huge
Man.
list. There's so much to talk about.
That
one of the
is
things that I
super
wanted to highlight
impressive.
was that we overhauled
I
all
don't
the
even
elf
like Bard,
animations.
but they're making a believer out of
before
me.
They inherited the human animations, but humans are just so boring.
Oh
and
yeah,
burly
Philip.
and, like,
Content creators are gonna go
square.
crazy with it.
And elves are more elegant, and so now their animations
And the
reflect
mods.
It's like because we're giving all of the races a special treatment in animations, or at least most of the races, I think. I saw your production look at me like, are we doing it for all the races? So I'm not sure if we're getting there. But the what did we change on the elves?
Their idols, combat animations, and their locomotion.
Locomotion. All right, that reminds me of things. Okay, what else do you want?
What else do we speaking of little things that show that we are moving on to a new, let's say, stage of polish or
No idea,
development
Marcia.
is, for instance, you can now copy.
I know a lot of people have been asking for Dragonborn.
Password text boxes. If we're taking care of details like that, it means like we're in the final stretch.
Well, we're going to be, you're ahead of production, but we're getting feature complete, right? So we're going to be...
in a couple of months.
Yeah, we haven't released everything to the audience yet. Can you explain maybe a little bit what white box, orange box, and then gold box means?
I don't know if the audience is really interested.
Well, I just give them like in one phrase. You got to explain it in one phrase.
So to support the iteration that we do, we first white box stuff so that we don't lose too much time on iterating, and then when we nail it, we go to orange box, which is when we stop hacking
Anchor,
stuff.
what
and
does
we
PHB
actually
mean?
Put the thing in that we think is going to work. And after that stage ends and everyone is happy, we go into the polishing or the gold boxing stage.
All right. So, and when we released
Player's
the early access, we
Handbook.
had a lot of stuff that was white boxed, right? We were trying stuff out. Now we're moving more and more stuff into orange box, which means that we make it complete, but it's still missing things here and there. And so our final stage is where we go into gold box, which is where we finish things for real. We polish it, we remove all the bugs, we make sure that everything looks the way that it's supposed to look. And so as we're now getting into the last stages of most of the features in orange box, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that's not in the game yet, we are going to go into gold box on a lot of stuff also. And that's the stage where we're slowly hitting.
Yeah, there's indeed a lot of things that are now in the game that are orange
So
box.
I
and
think
there's
they're
a lot of
trying to
developers that would rather
give
not
people
release it
confidence
in
that this
orange
game
box
is definitely
because
going to
they're
come
not,
out in
proud enough
2023.
of it, but we need to release it in orange box because then you get feedback from the audience.
Did they
and then
say
you
if it's
can-
coming
you can
out
move
towards the
on to gold
beginning of
box once you tried
2023,
it out.
or
I think UI
any
is
sort of
still
time frame in there?
The best example of everything. Like there's lots of stuff in UI that you need to test out on a huge audience, because if 12 or 120 people look at something, you need to test it out on thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah.
what user experience do they have? And I think that if you look at the UI that we had a couple of years ago, and you look
So
at
many
where we
people
are
asking
at
for
now,
Dragonborn. I agree,
it proves
Florian.
that the system actually works.
Yeah, and it's not only that, right? So, I mean, like, we learned, for instance, from early access, we learned about network issues that we didn't have in our previous games. So, for instance, this patch features a whole bunch of network improvements that weren't there before. So, there's a whole bunch of things invisible under the hood. There is I forgot what its name is.
Exactly,
But there's a whole bunch of graphics features that are being added also that people don't see for people that have cards that are problematic. So,
Just
they
blank
give
at
bypass.
2023. Okay, that's what I figured.
NVIDIA DLSA.
That one, exactly, yes, that one.
I'm just hoping all these games aren't bunched up together.
So there's a whole bunch of
Please
things.
don't dump
Also work that you don't see, but you hear it when you play the game. Like we have
Obsidian's
we have
one.
sound occlusion. We have the
All of
audio
them together,
attenuation
please.
that is in there.
Please
Sound
don't do that
occlusion
to
means
me.
that if you walk in one room, you can't hear what's in the other room. Audio attenuation is basically kind of a dynamic mix, which basically means that when certain actions are important, the sound mix changes.
Right, that's the other one I was
go.
thinking
You
of,
don't
Road
notice it
Creator.
because
Please
all
don't
the
bunch all
attention
these
goes to that
together.
one sound, and then the other stuff just changes dynamically. It's really important for your overall experience, and once you've heard it again, it's one of those things you don't know that you can't live without it anymore when you play the game. You'll discover all of this because it is all featured in the patch, and there is much more. The patch notes should be up. The patch should be out. So I think it is time for you to try it out for yourselves, see where we are heading. We know that development is taking a long time. We know that you're impatient. We know that you want all the things that we are working on. They're going to come. We're going to deliver them to you when we're ready.
I
to
agree,
deliver them to the
Cameron.
world. And
I
I know
agree.
that's frustrating, but we want to do it properly. And so things take time. But when it's going to be there, you're going to have a truckload of things that you're going to be able to fool around. And there'll be many surprises in there also that you are not expecting. That's a promise. Before we go, let's see if chat wants you guys to still play a song. Because you guys have a new album that you've been playing on, right?
We're planning on recording a new album, but COVID wasn't very pleasant for us.
Anchor, from what I remember,
So
they're
we
supposed
do
to be
have an album
releasing
out, but
about
it's
next
already
year.
out since
It's supposed to be a
2019.
2023
We've been working
release,
on, lots
and
of
they
new
haven't said
songs.
anything
They
about
sound
delaying
a
it
lot
as of
more
yet.
aggressive actually than the old stuff.
And so if chat still wants you back because you did kill Neil.
One class reveal at a
what
time,
song are you
man,
gonna be
girl.
playing?
We're going to play a song called The Night of the Black Rose, and for people who have been reading Dragonlance novels, you already know what it's about.
26 hours
So
in your
it's,
day.
specifically for today, we would like to play a fantasy song, which is a bit like, it's very Omen-like, very Metal Church.
Hey, what's going on, Manhattan? Yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming out next
I
year.
remember meeting you for the first time a long time ago, and your nickname back then was Death Knight.
Ah, yes.
Was that related to Dragonlance?
Yeah, it was. It was before.
That's why I
Blizzard
buy
started
everything
calling
Larian
everyone
does,
and everything
Daniel.
Death Knight. So
Because I
was
know
the
they're
only
going to
Death
give it
Knight,
their
so we
all.
all
Game with a Death Knight in it also back then.
Ah, yeah. That's why
I think that's why a lot of people were disappointed about the board game, but they don't understand that Larian wasn't really directly involved. But they're directly involved now. I'm actually surprised they didn't say anything about the board game here.
Letters of encouragement. We continue our development. It's a slow grinding process, but we're going to get there, and we are now in the final stages of our development. We are heading towards feature complete, content
Right.
complete.
That's the same
Once we hit
information
that,
I have,
we're gonna polish,
camera.
and then we can release. So it's not that far off anymore, but it's still going to be a little bit of time. All right. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. All right. You go play.
Fantastic job. I think they did a great job of showing that Bard is not just some throwaway class that they threw in there, that is something that people can really enjoy and something that a lot of people will probably want to play. Just fantastic work. I do not care about Bard at all, but was still very, very impressed by what they displayed here. And they convinced me that I'll probably want to do at least one playthrough with a Bard companion. Very nice job, Larian. Very nice job. Definitely kudos to you all. All right. That's all I had planned for the afternoon. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop for now because I need a break. I'm actually tired. But I do actually plan to jump back on in another hour or two and do some Alaloth playthrough. Since I'm actually off today, I figure I might as well turn on the game and give it a whirl. I've only seen a little bit of it, but I don't think it's my type of game, but it's a new CRPG. How many of those do we actually get? Might as well try it out. So if you all are available, definitely come through and we'll play it together. And then I'll only do that for a couple hours, and then I'll still be jumping on probably later tonight to do another Pillars of Eternity run. But we'll see. It depends on how I feel and what my schedule is looking like, et cetera, et cetera. But hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hope you all enjoyed the presentation. Hope it makes you even more excited for Baldur's Gate 3. I know I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I'll see you all later. Take care. Yeah, appreciate you joining, coming on, Keon. You too, Marcia. Take care. Bye, camera. Glad you were able to make it. Take care, Florian.